So you're Frederick, right?
Yes.
All right, and this is Casey's bar,
Yes.
and you decided to accept cryptocurrency.
Yes.
All right, really exciting. Why? Why did you decide?
Well, it's a new thing, and it's a thing of the future. I think I don't know that much about cryptocurrency, but I know a little. And yeah.
Cool. Well, your location's really great for it, because right down the street, I think there's like the Binance office, and there's like 2 or 3 crypto exchange office spaces like down the street. So hopefully we can attract some of their customers to come in and buy beers and whatnot.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So when we spoke in the past, you mentioned that you guys are a cash-only business, right?
Yes.
Okay. So when I came in last time and I was speaking with Gzira, is she like your business manager or manager at the bar?
Yeah, she managed events and stuff and communications.
Okay, cool. Say. So what I discussed with her is that the point of sale system that makes the most sense for you guys is probably one where you get paid and then it's going to, instead of getting converted straight into fiat and then put into a bank account, it makes more sense for you guys to accept the crypto straight away.
Yes.
Just kind of same principle as getting paid in cash. So the point of sale system that kind of is best adapted to, not best adapted, there's several good ones. Let me take a step back. So for MaltaMap, one of the services we're providing is we want to be like, take the fear out of accepting crypto for you. So we suggest certain point of sale systems that you can start using that we know people in the real world are using. We're not necessarily affiliated with them, but they won't cause you headaches and they won't cause us headaches trying to spend money.
Okay.
And the other thing we'll look at is like, which cryptos do you accept? Are they more or less legitimate? Because there's coins like BitConnect in the past which were just like flat out scams, and it would be a really bad experience for you and your customers to get scammed like that. So that's one other thing. And then the third way would be like, the third part of the system that we would certify is, how are you storing the crypto? Is it done in an intelligent way, where you don't have to really worry? So let's start with this point of sale system. I think based on my conversation with Gzira, the AnyPay point of sale system is really going to be an interesting one for you.
Okay.
Because the way that works is, perhaps we can set it up on your tablet right now, but the idea is all your employees and yourself can log into the same sort of portal on the app, and all the money that goes through it, so you can decide which cryptocurrency you want to accept, they end up going straight to you. So you basically program it with whichever address, wherever you want the money to go, and it doesn't matter if it's Gzira or someone else who's opening it up.
Yeah.
The funds will still come to you.
Yeah.
So it's kind of designed with like a business in mind, where you don't really have to trust them too much, and it's sort of uniform. So you learn one thing, whether or not it's on your phone or it's on a tablet, whatever. So it's like, as long as there's some device behind the counter, even their own cell phone, you can accept cryptocurrency here.
Yeah.
It's quite nice that way. So are you able to download an app on that? You want to check it out?
Sure.
Cool. Have you given thought to which cryptocurrencies you'd like to accept?
Bitcoin Cash, I've heard. The transaction goes really, really fast.
It goes as fast as Bitcoin actually, but it's a lower fee typically.
Yeah.
Dash is another one that people like to accept because it's quicker.
Yeah, Dash. Oh, I was meaning Dash.
Dash.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love that one. I think that's a good choice. Basically, you'll know that. So the nice thing about this AnyPay is that with crypto, there's like kind of multiple levels of the transaction kind of hitting. So let's think about like a credit card, right? When someone swipes the credit card, it says, "Okay, Frederick, you've been paid." But the reality is, right, you haven't been paid for how many days? Like 3 days? So with Bitcoin, it's sort of the same system. It's like, the network sees that this guy's trying to pay you, but it's not like confirmed until minimum 10 minutes and maybe even longer, depending on how busy the network is and how much the customer, is spending on the transaction fee. And so like a great thing about Dash is they have instant send. So it's basically like the confirmation, the verification that the payment went through is basically instantaneous.
Okay.
So that's a huge improvement over like Visa, where you have to wait a few days. So I like that idea. So if you took like Bitcoin and Dash, you'd pretty much be covered because like kind of Bitcoin everyone has, and then people that generally like to spend Dash because it's easier. Easier for you, it's easier for them because they don't have to really wait around and there's no like awkwardness. Okay, so what is this? Does it say iPad?
Yeah. So
let's go into the App Store. Great. So AnyPay, and all one word. POS. Oh, that's probably good. Yeah, search that. No. This one. Look at that. They have like the same logo. Yeah, that's the one though. AnyPay Crypto. So these guys are pretty interesting. They live in New Hampshire and they are really like hardcore into crypto, and they make fun of people that like accept fiat, and they have a really great ecosystem of merchants in New Hampshire using it, and so that's one of the reasons I feel really comfortable recommending it is because there's people using it like all over the world, and like New Hampshire, Venezuela, even Thailand, and it's working for them.
Yeah, I guess it's a lot of people, a lot of libertarians in New Hampshire that likes.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice to see it like an actual area working, and then you can kind of copy what works there.
Okay,
so what it's going to ask you to do, and I think like, just sort of like, this is a demo video more or less of like employee training. So I'd say let's go through the whole thing if you have time. Okay, so let's register. And what it's going to ask you, so now what you put in here, right? This is what your employees are going to also put in. So don't put anything too private that you don't want, that like don't reuse a password or something.
AnyPay is your digital cash register. There is no new equipment to buy. It works on your existing mobile or tablet. There are no fees to use it, and your business will attract new customers. Take multiple cryptocurrencies faster and cheaper than a credit card. Money goes from your customer to your wallet instantly. AnyPay.global.
Okay, excellent. So here now it's asking you basically which crypto do you want to accept, and it actually defaults to Dash because it's so popular for kind of this use case. But here you can see all the potential crypto you could potentially want to accept. So there's like Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, Zcash. So Zcash is a privacy coin. Just like all the transactions are very private. I don't know what this Horizon one is, but okay, Litecoin is okay, and Dogecoin is kind of a fun coin. So basically, let's go through setting you up on maybe one of them, and then the process though to add more is the same.
Okay.
So basically, so this now goes into the question of like, this is obviously like which cryptos you want to accept, but also how are you going to store it. So generally, like when you're holding lots of cryptocurrency, let's say like more than 100 euros worth, 200 euros worth, you want a device called a hardware wallet. And basically this is like a separate, almost like a USB drive that holds your private key that is basically like proof of ownership of the coins. And it's a fantastic device because you can actually plug it into a totally corrupted laptop that a hacker owns. Like they can be watching your keypads, watching you on the screen. They can control everything about the computer, but they can't rob you. So it's like super powerful device because it's peace of mind, really, at the end of the day. So you can store literally millions of dollars, millions of euros worth of crypto on a hardware wallet, and as long as someone doesn't like physically rob you, you're quite safe. So that's sort of like, you should aspire to have a hardware wallet because you don't want to worry. But maybe for today and for the next week, because you're probably not going to get hundreds of dollars worth of crypto, although maybe at our meetup you will. You can use like a wallet on your phone maybe.
Okay. I have a wallet on my phone as well.
Do that, because then we'll type in the address of this wallet on your phone here, and then each time you get paid, every time the bar gets paid, your phone will vibrate. It'll let you know. So that'll be nice. But the reason I'm sort of saying like it's better to have this separated, just as like, again, peace of mind. You don't want this to actually become a cash register that someone can like pick up and leave with.
What's the name of that?
Look up Dash Wallet. So it's gonna ask you to like sign up. It'll give you a backup address, which if you already know this, sorry, but it's worth mentioning. Like the backup address or the backup keys really allow you to basically restore your funds should your phone break or get stolen or something. So it's generally like very important to keep it. Cool. So basically though the idea here is that like you need to really figure out based on your own preferences what is the best way to store the crypto. So like if I was you, I'd probably buy something called a Trezor or a Ledger hardware wallet. And the nice thing is that like these wallets have multiple currencies in them. Yeah. So you can take the address of like Dash, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, whatever you want your customers to pay you in. And then every time I come and I pay at this point of sale system, it's going to go straight to your hardware wallet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So so it doesn't matter if I'm paying your employee through your employee's phone or through this point through the app, what are these called, tablets? It's going to go into your hardware wallet.
Oh, okay.
So that
where do you buy those?
You buy it straight from the manufacturer.
Okay.
I can. It's called Trezor, Trezor. I didn't come with paper today. I'm prepared, but I'll Facebook it to you.
Okay, cool.
And they cost I think €80. Yeah. So once you have a certain amount in, it's like way worth the investment because, like I said, you really have nothing to worry about short of like losing it. And even if you lose it, you have a backup phrase, just like with any wallet. So it's just really quite nice. What's this? Is this the phrase?
Yeah, but when I took a snapshot, I went back in the program.
No, don't do that. Okay. I think that's a bad idea. Because here's the thing.
If
you have a picture of this, right? Yeah, write it down. That's the best thing. And then put it in your pocket, take it home, put it somewhere safe.
Oh,
right?
okay.
And so you would click that restore wallet and literally just type in those words. And those words correspond with your private key. So it's like there's no other wallet in the world that has the same corresponding words that you just wrote down.
And those words need to be exact the same order.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. And again, the nice thing is that like, let's say for some reason, that wallet breaks down and the developers stop developing for it. They stop maintaining it. Yeah. You can take that and then put it into another Dash wallet that uses the same protocol, and you'll still be able to restore your funds. So you're not basically beholden to these app developers. You actually have lots of options, and you won't lose your money. Cool. So that's quite a nice thing. All right, so
this is just
whatever you want, your thumbprint or pin. Lately, I've been arguing with the developers about whether or not they should have a pin on this wallet, and they're telling me too bad. Okay, cool. So now, so this is one of many addresses that you can have money sent to. But basically, now that we have this, we're going to plug this into your point of sale system, which is on the tablet.
Okay.
So this is the visual representation of this public phrase, public key. So I'll read it to you. You can type it in, or you read it and I can type it in. Doesn't matter. And once it's stored,
is this confidential?
Nope, public key. This is basically we need this information to know to pay him. That's basically so. Here it is, the address. So we're gonna go. They have a picture. Look at this.
Yeah, so I just took a picture.
Hey, AnyPay. That's nice.
QR code like this.
Yeah, let's see if it works. Oh, how cool is that? All right, now let's verify it. Right, just good practices. So it starts with XCJ, and it ends in FDQ5. Brilliant.
Exactly.
Okay, excellent. So now we're gonna hit set address. All right, so now you're actually set up to get paid. So let's do a demo. So let's pretend that I bought. I don't know what this is. Cannabis lollipop. It's interesting to me though.
Yeah.
So how much does one of them cost?
$150, I think.
Okay, so you're gonna plug. So right now, it says Dash, and if you had other cryptocurrencies, it would show those.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm gonna say, hey, I want to buy this lollipop. How much does it cost? You say $150. We're gonna change the price from. We gotta go into the settings because right now it's in US dollars. So let's go to denomination and change it to euro. And so now you're going to plug it in. So you have 150, just like any other normal point of sale system.
Where do I have? Okay.
Uh-huh. And
Right.
C's to go back. There you go. Yep. So you're going to hit next. So now this is going to generate an invoice, and it's going to show. Okay.
Oh.
Yep. So now me, the customer, I'm going to say, okay, cool. I'm going to scan this. Right? And now this basically grabbed your address.
Yes.
And it's a separate address, actually, because it's basically I'm paying the point of sale system, and then that point of sale system is going to forward it along to you.
Yeah.
Which is good for your privacy, actually. Because now, me, the customer, don't know how much you make in a day, which is actually quite smart. So I'm going to put in my PIN, hit send, and look at that. Wow, right? Yeah. And maybe I paid twice? I don't know what just happened, but...
And then next?
Yeah. Okay, cool. So now you're going to go to invoices, and you can see that I just paid you, at what time, how much, and how easy is that?
That's fantastic. And so those money goes there.
Let's validate it. It should.
Does that happen instantly? Yes.
That sounded like it.
So, where do I go here?
Transaction history, yep.
Okay.
Let me get my lollipop I just bought. First crypto purchase at the bar.
Oh, yeah. So it's here.
Brilliant.
And, okay, settings.
So notice it says 0 confirmations. So, as I was describing to you, it's kind of like the network sees that I've paid you, but it hasn't settled, right? It's the equivalent of the Visa 3 days later settling it. But Dash settles in 2.5 minutes, generally.
Yeah.
So chances are, by the time we finish this conversation, it'll say 1 confirmation, and actually, within 2 weeks, what's today? Yeah, within 2 weeks, it's very exciting. Dash is going to have instant send by default. So it's going to be settled at the time of sending.
Oh.
Which is really next level. But as I said, so Dash, their whole branding, their whole thing is that they want to be digital cash. They want to be this, coming in and buying something. Bitcoin's a lot less friendly, but so many people own Bitcoin. So you should probably do the same step with your Bitcoin wallet, and that way someone who doesn't have Dash can still purchase purchase something at your bar using crypto. And there's a minor risk that someone, they'll pay, it'll say paid, and then you don't get paid because they've done something called double spend attack. The thing is that the nice thing about this wallet is it shows you the invoice, right? So if someone does that, it would suck. Worst case scenario, they're probably going to steal like a beer from you, and then you're going to know that guy, he's still alive in the bar, he's a thief.
Yeah.
And that's not great, but it's not terrible either, With Dash, this is going to say, doesn't have it still has 0 confirmations. Maybe because it's going from, let me see if it's confirmed to my end. Because maybe it's 2 extra things.
1 confirmation.
Oh, you got a confirmation. Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Okay, good. So that money is yours now.
Cool.
There's really no risk.
So if I set this up for Litecoin, Bitcoin, I don't need to set this up for...
So the thing is that this wallet actually only accepts Dash. There are wallets that are multi-coin wallets.
Yeah. And
then you could have all that money going into the one wallet. So Trezor, that hardware wallet I told you about, operates that way. There's also an app called Coinami, which you download on your phone, and it offers many different cryptos that you could consider. And then obviously the other option is that you download a Bitcoin-specific app wallet and a Bitcoin Cash-specific wallet as you please, depending on which ones you want. But I would say as long as you have Dash and Bitcoin, and I think Bitcoin Cash. I would say those probably are the 3 most used in commerce.
Okay. So I need 2 more wallets.
Yeah, or 1 more wallet that has multi.
I already got 1 Bitcoin wallet, so I need 1 more wallet.
Yeah. So like, as a business owner, right? Like the decision on what cryptos to choose, I generally think it makes sense that you accept as many as your customers want to pay with. So if you have some guy who comes in, he's a regular, and he's finding out you accept crypto, and he's like, I want to pay you in Monero, which is a privacy coin that's quite popular. It makes sense, even if you don't necessarily like Monero for some reason, it makes sense for you to accept it, and then every week you can convert that Monero into whatever your favorite coin is. Because it's so easy, and it's so inexpensive to do that. So, I mean, chances are that guy with Monero probably has Bitcoin, and you can be like, sorry, we only accept Bitcoin, and they'll probably still pay you. But it's something to consider. It's like, it's so easy for you to convert from one crypto to the other that there's almost no reason to do it as long as the coin is not a scam.
Yeah.
And like the ones on AnyPay aren't scams. So all those ones we just looked at, they're legitimate. And if you ever have a question, email me, and that's sort of like the service we're providing with MaltaMap is to make it so you're not worried about it.
Okay.
But so now going forward, when your employees come in today, tomorrow, like have them take their phone out, download this AnyPay wallet. They log in using your username now, and basically you have this point of sale system. Even when you walk out with it, now if it's on their phone, they can still get paid.
Yeah.
And then the invoices will still generate. Telling you everything that's going on. Another thing to consider is that like if it for some reason stops working, the first thing you should do in terms of troubleshooting is to go into the App Store or Play Store and update it.
Yeah.
Because that often fixes whatever the issue is.
Can I get a Malibu and Coke, and I'm going to pay with Dash, please.
Okay, perfect. That would be €3.
Okay.
And then I press
Next. I'm just going to... Oh, what happened? Just going to scan the QR code. Okay, it's this one, isn't it? Middle one. Yep. Send dash. And there you go. It's received. Cool.
Cool.
That was fairly simple.